Welcome to my channel. My name is Yemi Omogoyega, and this is part 5 of my leadership training using the home front, that is the family, as a case study. So, thank God we have covered in parts 1 to 4 the various overviews, and I also have discussed the roles of the man, the roles of the woman in managing the homes. And the last one, part 4 in particular, I dealt extensively with the roles of the woman in that very one. This one, I'm going to talk about the roles of the man in managing the extended members of the couple's families, in plural. That because when I say extended families now, it includes the wife's extended families too, as well as the man. So it's not just singularized. However, before I proceed, I want to appeal to you. Please like this video. Please subscribe so that we can begin to have a team of people who are learning or who are sharing experiences. Number 3, please press the notification button. The notification button will let you know when I upload another video. So above all, a knowledge that you gain and you limit to yourself is self-centered. Please don't be selfish. Share this video with other people. Share it with all your contacts on Facebook, on Instagram, on name them, YouTube, everywhere. Please share this very video. I want to thank you for paying attention to what I'm saying. I believe I am actually helping to build your home. Now we're going to talk about the man. This time around, I've talked extensively about the woman's roles in managing the extended members of the family. Who are the extended members of the family? Like I said, number 1, the man's parents, his siblings, his parents' siblings, his parents' parents, if he still has grandchildren and grandparents, his cousins all over the place. And we have not even talked about friends, but that's a class of its own. The role of the man in managing all this. Then let's look at the other side. The woman, the families of the woman, which comprises of the woman's parents, father and mother, then her siblings, her cousins, her nephews, her sisters and brothers, just name them. Those who are having family ties. And you know that family tie can be two. Can be biological, can be non-biological, can be by affinity. That is, those whom you are related with by affinity, they are also part and parcel of the family, of the people, extended family members that you need to relate with very well. Now, the man is someone whom everybody looks up to. I think that's the good way to start. The man is you, man, me as a man. I am the one that everybody in all these sectors of the families look up to for support, for help, financial in particular, moral, name them. Everybody is looking up to me as a man, to you as a man. Your wife is the first person looking at your face. She'll be watching whether you would disappoint her or not. Then your children are looking up to you. You must never disappoint them. Then now come your parents. The parents of your wife and all the members of the extended families of your wife. They are also looking up to you. And then your own, which you cannot even run away from. Although some men try to run away from them. Let me tell you, I'm a man. If you haven't got married, please bear it in mind that everybody is going to be looking up to you for support when you are married. Make it as part of your package. If you don't, you will have problems though. Then, if you're already married and you're already having challenges, you understand what I mean. That is, if you are attending to your wife and children alone, your siblings will be saying, since our brother married, he never remembers his family again, not even his brothers and sisters. Then your parents, if you are not forthcoming, they will say, we just labored. May we not labor in vain. These children. Now, wow, that's why we are saying, those of us who are parents should be careful. You should not depend. May God bless every one of us. As parents, we should not depend solely, mark my words, solely on the fact that it is from our children that we get everything that we want. They owe us a duty of care, yes. But if you want to depend upon them for everything, you'll be disappointed. So, if you are not, as a man, forthcoming, taking good care of your parents to the extent that they can thank you, they will tell you, you have betrayed them. And your wife will be guilty again. Because since he got married, his wife has twisted his head. In fact, some will say they witnessed when she was adding some juju to the vegetable. Yoruba, they will say, Oro efofunje. She is adding some juju to the vegetable so that the man will not remember his parents again. So, then, if you are, assuming you are even taking care of those people, and then your siblings are your parents, then your father and mother's parents, if you are if your mother still has parents too, you are a grandson now, they will still be looking up to you, even to that extent that the mama that gave birth to my mama, or the mama that gave birth to my papa, or papa that gave, and so on and so forth. You owe them something. They will say you owe them. Even the mere father, you send them a greeting or you send them some little money here and there. They will be glad. They will be praying for you. In fact, they will be so fond of you. But if you don't do it, they will say, well, it's unfortunate that even when it is well with our brother or our son, our grandson, he doesn't even remember us. So you can see that there's no place to twist it, that there will no. Everybody is expectant that you are supposed to contribute something to their lives. And then, if you look at the your wife's parents' sides too, even the siblings of your parents, the siblings, both sides, yes, the siblings of your parents, that is, your mama, their brothers and sisters will follow am. Your papa get brothers and sisters will follow am. Those are his or her siblings. Those are their siblings. And then they will still be expecting, because in the first place, they are proud of you. And unfortunately, we are going to talk about the limitations later. Unfortunately, Africans don't have the limit of where your responsibility begins and where it ends. So you see that if you are not forthcoming in that area, say, my sister's son, whom I backed with this my back, whom I danced when he was crying, when he was young, whom I took good care of, now he's well with him, he doesn't even know me. These are the various challenges. And then you leave that and come to your wife too. As your own extended members of families are expecting from you, so are the parents of your wife expectant of you getting back to them with favorable gifts, money, support, whatever. And then your wife's siblings too, they are looking up to you through your wife. Our sister is supposed to help us now. And if you happen to be somebody that people have rated that you are rich, you may not really be rich, but God may have clothed you with dignity and good charisma that people now conclude that you have so much money to dish out and it must reach everybody. So they too will look up to you. You see, my sister's husband, is supposed to help us. And if you the husband don't help your sisters, your wife's sisters or brothers, you will say, what did we gain from them? Eh? And it's just well with them. And you see, you can see the complications in Africa. So, okay, where do we then begin? Your wife's mother's siblings, father's siblings too. That's still not too far as relatives or grandparents. They will be looking up to you for gestures, support. They can even be visiting you. They can say, and then, hey, the man will now look up. Oh Lord, my income is limited. My assignments, demands for finances in my assignments, they are unlimited. What will I do? You begin to share it. It is just like the case of Ben Carson. This Ben Carson that we are the one that wrote Gifted Hands, and his mother. Every time the boy gives the mother troubles, he wanted, in his early days, about 15 years old, he wanted everything that his mates are using outside. He wanted the big shoes, wanted the saggy trousers, and so on and so forth. And they are expensive. The mother was doing several jobs together to even be able to feed. So it got to a point that the woman was perplexed and said, look, Ben, come. These are the total incomes that I earned this month. She placed it down and said, okay, come and be deducting all these expenses from it. We will pay house rent, ticket, just minus the amount. It went off. We'll buy food, groceries and others, ticket. We'll pay electricity bills, ticket. We'll pay for utility, water bills, ticket. We'll buy gas, ticket. I will transport myself to and from work, ticket. I will pay school fees for you, ticket. Then I'm supposed to before they even ended all those tickets, money has finished. Then the mother now said, I will buy, then you are asking me to buy you this. The boy will say yes. Then he said, okay. By the time we remove all these things, what do we have left? The boy said, Mom, the money has finished. He said, that is it. That's what I'm saying. There's so much to do, but there's so little money available to accomplish them. That is the position of a man. And that woman was able to explain that to the boy because she was a single mother playing the role of a father and a mother. You can now see she was now I thank God for her life. God really compensated her for good. She now could see what we are saying. You can now imagine if a woman is facing that, talk less of the man. And in all the listings they are making. So I use that as a narrative. Look at the man. That is the man. Ben Carson's mother has not even listed her siblings, whatever. Well, forget about husband. Husband is not there, so that's it. But only herself and her 2 children. See what is happening. That's the position that the man is. The man has many, many equations to balance. You are everything to everybody. Fail in one, the whole world will hear that you have failed. But now, how do you tackle all this? First of all, you need to accept that you have responsibilities, a duty of care towards all these segments of the society. And if I may add to it, I'm still coming to community. The higher you go, the more the demands on you. So these are just extended members of the family. You owe your extended members of the family duty of care. It is true, number one, your parents, your father, and your mother. That takes number one. And interestingly, if one is wise, it just takes consciousness. Once you believe that you need to take good care of your parents from the onset, you will have a strategy in place that will not be overburdening, but that yet you will attend to them without wounding yourself. What do you owe your parents? You owe them food, timely food, medical attention, timely medical attention. You owe them, they don't even need much of clothing, but I mean, occasionally you still give them clothes to ensure that they are not in rags. And then you need to give them shelter, whether it is a rented or a built one. It depends on your capacity. And if you are building a house for your parents, for instance, maybe they have labored so much in their early years that they couldn't build a house. Please just build something simple. As we speak, no matter how terrible the thing is, you can still build a 2-bedroom flat. It won't be too big. You can build a 2-bedroom flat with 1.5 million naira. Just make it a moderate house, and then you would have solved that one. Maximum 2 million if you are already in that position. But if you are not, you can still rent an apartment that will be comfortable for them, and then get a house help or something that could help to take good care. And relatives can be very useful here. If you are the type that is well disposed towards your extended members of the family, it will not be difficult for you to find somebody who will care for your mother or your aged father from among the extended family members. So that is one. And their food, like I said, we say food. They don't need much. All they need is something constant, and something very regular that they can say, okay, predict. They don't need money for school fees. They don't attend to some other expensive things anymore. Just budget the items that they will need in terms of, as it is now, an aged parents, by the time you spend something like between 4 and 600,000 in a year, you will take good care of all these things that we talk about. Maybe per person, but it depends. It depends. They need Medicare too. If they don't have any serious illness, they don't easily go sick. But if they have medical attention to the best of your abilities, please do. But it's better if you feed them well, you take good care of them well, they are not likely to fall ill easily. May we not have every one of us, not experience terminal diseases that will go up so much money and yet still result to death. So you need to take good care of them. Shelter, like I said, is very important. Food is important. And then all these things we are saying, if the parents themselves retire well, they won't need so much from you. All they will need from you is little finances just to remember them, because they will be able to feed themselves. They would have had a roof over themselves. They will be able to take care of some little things. Even some of them as much as paying their own house helps to help them to do the washings and cookings and all that. But whereby it becomes a burden, whereby they have to depend upon you. That's why I'm saying you can spend as much as, let me just be modest, if you have parents that are, both of them are alive, you can spend as much as ₦1 million to cater for them in a year. So you have to look at that at the background, with the background of what you're earning. If you can't spend that, but spend something, be reasonable, be careful, and then be in touch with them. Then, but you owe them a duty of care. Now, what do you owe as you owe it to your own parents, you owe it also. You see, the difference is this: you spend more on your side to your own father and mother. You spend more on that side than you spend to your father and mother-in-laws. Your father and mother-in-laws, they don't depend on you, not at all. But it's still good that you remember them. If you extend a hand of fellowship, hand of love to them, it's a thing of pride. You need to remember your in-laws. They don't need much from you. They are not you are not to. If God specifically blesses you and you want to do all that you're doing for your parents, for them, fine. But you are not particularly, mandated to shoulder those responsibilities of that. But area of feeding, that is sending money to them from time to time, and then sending them some, you can take a little bit of their medical bills, not so much, like I said. It's not a heavy thing, but that little thing that you ought to do for them, if you don't do it, you will be classified as uncaring, irresponsible, and so on. So no matter how little you can, please be constant with do whatever you are doing, do them timely, and just let them know that you remember them always. Now, the one that is you can't run away from, unless you want to, people will call you wicked. They are your siblings, your brothers and sisters, direct brothers and sisters. What do you owe them? You owe them education. You owe them even accommodation. When I say accommodation, some of them might have to come and live with you. If you send them all packing for one reason or the other, you believe that I think I've spoken to our women in this respect, please, that they should please be accommodating. They shouldn't send their husbands, brothers, and sisters away as if they are enemies. They should work as a team, Then, but if you now have to know that you may not be duty bound that they live with you, but it is morally sound that, you see, when you are helping your siblings, you are blessing the family, the corporate family. Because let me give an example in my own life, the way I managed my own responsibilities in this way. What I did in the first place was, I identified my family. I know that poverty was prevailing, and I wanted to stop that. God helping me, starting with me, because you can't give what you don't have. 2, I now ask myself, what strategy can I use to eradicate poverty from my families? Then I said, okay, the best thing is, if I'm up and doing, I must remember my parents, all these people they are talking about, extended members of my families. So I've taken them on board. Then for my parents, I mapped out all those that medical shelter, and medical shelter, food, and clothing or something. Yes, those ones I've known that I must be responsible for them. And God helped me to do. I was determined also to do it so that they don't suffer in their old age. Then I look at my siblings. I said I must attend to my siblings. Interestingly, I'm the last born of my mother. So when you talk of siblings, I have three people before me, and now the way I looked at, even though I'm the last born of my mother, I looked at my three other siblings that I must render specific assistance to them through their children. Through their children. So I said, okay. I started with the firstborn of my mother. I took a child from there. I went further to take from the secondborn of my mother. I took a child from there. I look at the thirdborn. I took a child from there. So with that, I've attended to all my siblings, at least one child. But then whenever they all lived with me, I did not just give them the little I can in terms of education, feeding, and all that, because I was more interested and I focused on education the little way I could. Not that I have so much, but the interest to key into my earlier uh, mapped out strategy for eradicating poverty from my. Because I always look at it, I say, even if it is well with me and it is not well with my siblings' children, yes, then these my siblings will look up to me. They want to depend upon me for sustenance because I knew by God's grace it would be well with me. But I looked at it, it is better that I carried along their children. So the little I could, I did for all these my siblings. And to God be the glory today, there are good testimonies. It is not for me to be uh, proclaiming this one has become this one. No. But to God be the glory. There are good results. And what I know, one part of the trainings I gave them was that once I train you to the best of my ability, it is your responsibility to train your own siblings and take good care of your parents in their old age. I know occasionally as a brother to them, I can dash them something, but it will be that I have and it will be at a will and it will be something that will not be compelling. So I made that known. And to God be the glory. Oh, brethren, people need to really educate people. These messages I passed across to these children, at least 70% of them took this message very seriously. And today I'm happy at the results. Some of them have, extended the same love that God gave to me to extend to them. They've extended it to their extended members of families. They've done this. They've repeated exactly what I did to them in their families. So today, my siblings are not serious burdens on me at all. To God be the glory. Then I looked at my mother's siblings. There are four of them. Am I correct now? I think 4 or 5 or so. Out of them, I took from their own children too. I took one child. I think out of them all, it's only one of my mother's siblings. One out of them all that their children did not live with me. Then there are 4 or 5 of them, I can't remember now. But so all of them, I looked at them, I took one child from there. I also trained them up to go and be of support to their own parents. So also, all in my in terms of other people, apart from all this children thing, I still reach out to them, to my mother's siblings, one way or the other. In the case of my father's siblings, there really wasn't much I could do because I did not live with them, with my father when I was young. I only joined the family fully after the age of 36 or so. But even after my integration into the family, I still was able to do the little I can here and there, but not as much as I did in my maternal uh, side. But to God be the glory too. I think we are still in one accord and we are doing well today. So, what are we saying? I knew my responsibilities to my extended members of my families. So my mother's siblings, whenever I went home, I'll buy something, I'll give them. Look, when you go home, don't say it doesn't concern you. Your mother's brothers and sisters, they are still very close. And they are not expecting so much from you. There are some of them, give them 500 naira when you get there. Some of them, give them 1,000 naira. Some of them, buy a loaf of bread. And I mean, just in recognition, because they don't depend on you, but it's a plus if somebody like you is remembering them. So you owe them all that. And to your father-in-law or your mother, don't go there empty-handed. You go there, they will entertain you. You eat very well, and yet you dust your garment and you go without even thank you. When you are coming, yams. To God be the glory till my in-laws passed on. I made it a regular assignment. When I say regular, maybe once in 2 months, maybe once in 3 months, but I was consistent. I know what they need, food. I buy yam for them, bought bread. Then go and greet them and we all socialize and we go. And to God be the glory, they are very well, they are well to do. They take good care of themselves. Not that they needed me, but because it is morally right for me to do so, I have to do so. So we were friends till death did us part. I think if somebody is remembering people from the grave now, when they look back, they will say, yes, we had a good in-law. I didn't do it so that they can praise me. No, I did it because I know it's a moral obligation. And it's something that helps, makes people feel fulfilled at the end of the day. Then your siblings, as I said, make sure their education is your responsibility. Somebody helped you for you to become who you are. Why can't you start that help from your own home? Don't say because when you are suffering, you didn't see nobody. It's a lie. You saw somebody. If God did not send somebody to you, you won't be where you are. So always remember that whatever you become, it is God that made you to become what you become. So always remember to reach out to all your siblings, no matter, what it is. It is painful. I'm not saying it is easy. I want to tell you, I shared it as part of my experiences that there was a time that, we were 8 people living in a room and a parlor. So discomforting, but it was a sacrifice which I considered worthwhile. That was what it would take then, and I gave it to it. So, as I was saying, it is important for us as men, you as a man, to remember that you owe these people responsibility, your extended members of the families. Your wife will look up to you, your children will look up to you. Then, outside that one, which is immediate, your parents, your siblings, your parents' siblings, your relatives, your cousins, your nephews, your name them, up to what the Oyibo's will call distant cousins, and so on and so forth. So we are a society. We socialize together. We are connected one way or the other. It's just that the extent of our responsibility for one another reduces the farther it goes, the lower it is. But you will still meet it somewhere else. What do I mean by that? Outside the extended members of the families. Because you're still going to deal with the society, that is starting with your neighborhood, then from there to your hometown or wherever you reside again, and then you begin to talk about that until you become a until you begin to owe larger society duty of care. If you are a senator, for instance, or even a councillor, would you say everything is now limited to your family and extended members? No. The higher you go, the more your responsibilities. So let's leave at that. As far as extended members of families are concerned, you owe them a duty of care. The earlier you note it and start working on it, the better for you. What are the implications of you not attending to these people? Thank God now in politics, I think references are being made here and there. If you don't do well in your family, you will have bad recommendations from your own family members. If you don't do well for your children will be against you. If you don't do well, in fact, there's still another family thing I always say, your church, and so on. If you don't do well there too, you won't be of somebody to reckon with, somebody of reckon. Then, if they are talking about the political office and you know that a woman can bring you down, you don't treat your wife well, she might be the one that will bring you down. You are not doing those good things for them because of the day of this thing, but you are morally bound. It is good. It is a proper thing to do, so that anytime somebody they will remember you for good. How do you want to be remembered? If you want to be remembered for good, then reach out to everybody as much as you can. And you don't have to be a billionaire. Like I said, in your little ways, you can reach out to everybody. I did it. I've experienced it. I'm experiencing it. Today, I'm at peace. For instance, today now, my siblings don't trouble me again because God has helped us to be able to settle that even in advance. I'm not a burden to them, I also. So let's just know, when you know what is right and good, just do it. Start from your family. Start from your family. That's the one they say charity begins at home. God bless you. This is the end of part 5 of this leadership training. That is your responsibilities, that is, as a couple, your responsibilities in taking good care of your extended members of the family. I'm going to be talking in part 6 about your responsibilities to your friends, your church, your office, and maybe your clubs and societies and so on. You owe them some things again. So both of you have to cooperate together. Because even if a man is trying to and the woman is nullifying the efforts, it won't work. If a woman wants it and the man is not well disposed, you towards it will be a failure. So it's better that you cooperate together to get something good out of your life. We are all connected. The higher you go, the more you are needed. And failure to respond will earn you negative reports. So, God bless you. Please remember to share, very important. Also remember to like and Press the notification button and make sure that we are in touch always. Your comments are highly welcomed. My telephone number is 080 344 65225. Anytime you need me for counseling or for any questions you want to raise about this, I know there are challenges inside all these things. You will have siblings that will not cooperate with you. You have parents that will not cooperate with you. But don't use this as a justification. What needed to be done, do it. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.